Culture is meant to be shared, not owned. 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 Culture is not a costume. It's not an aesthetic, not a TikTok trend, not a vibe to borrow when it's convenient. Before we get started, I'm a Black British girl from the West Midlands, but I'm using an AI voice for this series. So if the voice sounds more like a Black London accent, don't be confused. They didn't have a voice option that sounds like me, but the message, it's still mine and it still matters. In this series, we're talking about culture, what it means, how it's treated, and who gets erased in the process. This is episode 1, the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. Let's get definitions out of the way, because too many people still pretend not to know the difference. Cultural appreciation, the act of engaging with, understanding, and celebrating the richness of a culture respectfully. It's when genuine curiosity leads to learning. It means honouring the meanings, the practices, and giving credit where it's due. It's about connection, not collection. A conscious effort to bridge cultural boundaries with collaboration, support, and context. Cultural appropriation, the act of taking from a culture, usually a marginalised one, without permission, without understanding, without respect. It's when culture is reduced to trends, to looks, to vibes, stripped from its roots, its resistance, its identity. It's exploitation, when language, clothing, traditions, or symbols are commodified, used for clout, for profit, for aesthetic, with no engagement with the people those things belong to. Appreciation honours the culture. Appropriation exploits it. Firstly, Indian culture appreciation. A non-Indian guest wears traditional attire at an Indian wedding. They were invited, they learned the meaning, they respected the tradition. Appropriation. A non-Indian person wears a lehenga or bindi as a festival look. No context, just vibes. Next, Pacific Islander culture appreciation. Visiting a cultural centre, learning about tribal tattoos, their sacred meaning, their ancestral history. Appropriation, getting a tribal tattoo for the style, no clue where it came from, no care what it means. Thirdly, Black culture, appreciation, supporting Black-owned hair businesses, listening to the stories behind protective styles, respecting the roots without trying to own them. Appropriation, white influencers wearing box braids or locks, calling it a look, while Black people still get mocked or punished for the same thing. Indigenous culture, appreciation, buying directly from Indigenous creators, supporting their work, honouring the story behind each design. Appropriation, fast fashion brands stealing sacred patterns, no credit, no permission, no profits going back to the community. Appreciation means you're invited, you're informed, and you give credit. Appropriation, that's when culture becomes costume or commodity. Here's what gets erased. Context. Cornrows? They didn't start during slavery. They go way back. Cornrows have existed for thousands of years across Africa, used to represent tribe, age, status, family, even beliefs. But during slavery, they took on new roles, like mapping escape routes, hiding grains, or sending signals. So when people treat them like just a trend or a cute style, they're ignoring both the history and the resilience behind them. Indigenous headdresses? They're not festival wear, they're sacred, earned through ceremony, responsibility, and honour. You don't just put one on, you receive it. Hanboks, dashikis, saris, these aren't fun prints, they're ancestral garments, tied to family, ritual, survival, worn with pride, passed through generations. They're not for costume parties. But when culture gets stripped of its history, people feel entitled to remix it, to wear it, to mock it, to sell it. That's not appreciation, that's theft.